So I am Dr. Amanda, and for those that are listening, I have questions. And one question I get is, can I really lose weight without feeling deprived? Because people are like, I hear what you're saying, the healthy eating and things, but I just do not want to feel like I am not enjoying the food. I do not want to feel hungry. I want to lose weight, but I do not want to feel deprived when I see everyone else eating. I'm I'm here to tell you good news. You can lose weight while enjoy excuse me, while enjoying your food and feeling satisfied. So you don't have to feel deprived. Because I know initially for my own self that I was like, I don't care. I just want to lose weight. If I'm hungry, I'm just going to sit there and try to think of something else. And that's not the way to live because that is not sustainable, right? We're not going to sit here and starve ourselves. And a lot of us do that when we go on what we quote a diet, because we're like, I have to restrict myself so much. I cannot do this. I cannot enjoy food. It's just whatever it is to be healthy. And you may be able to keep that up for a week, some people a month, some people even a few months, or maybe even a year. But after a while, you're like, I'm done with this. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to feel deprived. I'm just going to, have, high blood pressure. I'm going to have, overweight. I'm going to have high blood sugar, whatever it may be. But life is too short for me to feel like deprived and hungry all the time. I'm not going to do it. And I agree, we do not want that. So I would say the first key is to add approach instead of trying to think about what we can eliminate. Focus on adding in, you know what I'm going to say if you listen to me anytime, high fiber vegetables, good plant-based proteins and healthy fats. Because when we mix fiber and protein together, one, we're going to feel full longer. And it's going to actually reduce our cravings and we will not likely overeat. Okay. So you'll feel full, you won't feel deprived. There are healthy ways to make your favorite recipes. I promise you that. And you can actually still go on and continue to lose weight because most of the time when we actually eat certain things, it causes us to have more cravings. So as we have sugar, as we have processed foods, as we have high carbohydrates that are processed, unrefined, that we actually start to crave more and more sugar. And our body is like saying that. So if we're not feeling full because we're like, there's no nutrients in the food that we're eating. So there's this documentary that I actually watched, and it talks about, these famous fast foods, like you're eating, these foods, and within like 30 minutes to an hour, you're hungry again when you just ate like almost 2,000 calories worth of food because of all the fat and all the sugar that's in the food. But because your body was like, I can't even use this, it's like you feel hungry again, and then you're overeating. You have more calories than what you need. Okay. So if you add in high fiber, some healthy proteins, especially, okay, when I say protein, because sometimes people think protein, they only think of meat, but there are plant-based proteins like lentils and beans, which are very good. Tempeh, tofu, you can have those things. It actually has the nutrients that your body needs and wants. And therefore, you have the protein, the fiber, and then a little bit of the healthy fats. It helps you to feel full. And then it actually has the nutrients that you need. And therefore, you don't feel deprived and you don't feel hungry. And it's usually lower in calories. And so you still lose weight. Okay. So that would be the first thing I would say. Second, I know flavor matters. Again, I was a person that initially I was like, I don't care what it tastes like. If they say it's healthy, I'm just going to eat it. But that was initially first because my taste buds were always wanting something that was high sugar, high salt, because that's what I was used to, the foods that I ate. And so everything else tasted bland, comparatively. But when I did start to change my eating habits, my actual taste buds changed and I started to actually taste the flavor of foods. and you're like, oh my gosh, this sweet potato doesn't need, extra brown sugar on there. It actually tastes sweet by itself. I can just add, some cinnamons or some turmeric, and it actually has some good taste to it alone. Okay. So what do you need to do to make the flavor matter better initially before your taste buds change? Adding in different herbs, different spices, citrus, different like healthy vinegars, like balsamic vinegars. These actually make healthy foods taste delicious until you can actually taste the food on its own when your taste buds change. And then you may not have to add as much. The herbs and spices are still very good. And I always tease my meat eating people are like, well, what are you putting on the meat to make it taste good? Herbs and spices, plants. So anyway, that's just a side note. But you can actually use those herbs and spices to help the healthier food taste delicious until your taste buds change. So that way you're not compromising your health and you are still getting good food. Because if it doesn't taste good, especially like my daughter would give me a thumbs down. I mean, she will say, no, mom, that's not good. So it's okay. And then next you want to be mindful when you do have want to indulge. So completely cutting out treats backfires all the time. So like I said, you can maybe be able to get through it for a week, a month, a year, a couple of years, but after a while you're going to be like, I'm tired of not having that, piece of pie or, a cookie every now and then, or go out with my friends and have, a glass of wine, because for some people that's an indulgence. And so they're like that in the long term, that just does not work. Okay. So you do not want to completely cut off all your treats all the time. So you want to have specific times that you want to be mindful of, that you're like, okay, I know this. So like my birthday is coming up, or like the holiday, not the holla months of, even though Countdown to Christmas, for those that don't know, I love Countdown to Christmas. Hallmark movies is on, celebrating the holidays for months, but that's not what we want to do when it comes to indulging, especially with treats. We want to actually be mindful of the time that we're going to have the treat. We're going to plan for that, and then we're going to surround it with healthy things. So kind of like sandwiching in. So you want to have like all your good veggies, your leafy greens, drinking all your water, your herbal teas. And then you may have like your indulgence in the middle. And then you're going to, at the end, you're going to make sure you drink plenty of water and continue to flush all that out. Again, you cannot out exercise a bad diet, and you cannot do that. But you can also go for a walk, which is movement is the next tool as I go through that. So let me do a recap first. First, we want to make sure that we're having the add-in approach. Okay. So don't focus on what to eliminate, focus on what you're going to add in. Then next, we want to make sure we have flavor. So that way we don't feel deprived. So we don't want to feel like we're eating cardboard all the time when it's healthy food, right? We want to have some herbs and spices in there. And then third, we want to make sure that when we do indulge, we want to actually plan it and be mindful that it's actually coming about, and try to sandwich that in with healthy foods on both sides of it, and drink lots and lots and lots of water. Okay. Then the fourth thing would be movement is another tool. So regular activities don't just burn calories. It actually improves our insulin sensitivity. It improves our mood, and it helps our metabolism. Okay. So even short walks are meaningful. So 10 minutes after a meal, like after lunch or after dinner. I know the time change at this point in time of the video here, that it is like getting darker sooner, but you can still take that, 10-minute walk just to like keep you moving, to actually help so you can actually still lose weight, and stay on your weight loss journey without feeling deprived. Okay. Finally, consistency matters. So if you are a person that you can go strong, but because of like you're trying to cut out too many things, the food tastes bad, you can't have your treats that you usually give up, don't think of it that way. Like, again, you want to add in, you want to make sure you're being mindful, and then just like you want to think, okay, consistency over perfection. Okay. So small daily habits make a big difference over time. Okay. So adding in vegetables, walking after meals, drinking water, one day at a time. It may seem like this is not working, but as you are consistently doing it over time, it's like compound interest. Like you want it to work for you, right? So if you do healthy things over time, it will actually make a profit for you. Okay. So you'll see the significant and lasting results without feeling deprived, because that backfires. That ends up with the yo-yo dieting, the weight going up and down too much because we're inconsistent with what we're doing. Okay. So I hope this helped y'all, blessed y'all, so you can actually get through these holiday seasons or what vacation times, whatever it may be for you. And if you are a person that's looking for a personable, sustainable plan that allows you to enjoy food and still lose weight, don't forget to book a session with me, Dr. Amanda, at Atkins Enlightenment Lifestyle Medicine. You can find me on www.dramandamd.com, and we can actually help you on your health and wellness journey. All right. So share this video with someone that needs the information, because their life can be so much better without feeling deprived and still actually get their health and wellness goals accomplished. All right. Happy Friday, y'all.